Well, good morning, my Galilee family and friends. This is Paula once again at the end of the week. Been a very, very busy week looking for the weekend, looking forward to it. Got a lot going on at Galilee, which I'll mention in a little bit. But I want to start out with something I found amusing, and I hope you do too. It's out of a devotion I was reading, and the title caught my eye because it says, I don't like. So it goes like this. A pastor attended a men's breakfast in the middle of a rural farming area. The group has asked an older farmer, decked out in bib overalls, to say grace for the morning breakfast. Lord, I hate buttermilk, the farmer began. The visiting pastor opened one eye to glance at the farmer and wondered, where's this going? The farmer loudly proclaimed, Lord, I hate lard. Now the pastor was really getting concerned, and without missing a beat, the farmer continued, and Lord, you know I don't much care for raw white flour. Pastor once again opened an eye to glance around the room and saw he wasn't the only one that was starting to feel uncomfortable. But then the farmer added, but Lord, when you mix them all together and bake them, I do love warm, fresh biscuits. So Lord, when things come up that we don't like, and when life gets hard, and we don't understand what you're saying, to help us just to relax and wait until you are done mixing. It will probably be even better than biscuits. Amen. I thought it was cute, a little amusing, but made sense. Especially with what, we're all dealing with in this little crazy world that we live in. You figure this week, we celebrated, or not celebrated, that's not a good word at all. We honored the fallen from 9/11. That was Sunday. And then, of course, if you follow the stock market, that's not doing well. Inflation problems. We got problems in the school system. Not to mention, we're still dealing with COVID, and now we got monkeypox. And it's like, oh my. And even in our good things, like we have, I'm working with our wonderful some sisters in Christ for our upcoming concert this Sunday night, and we've been, you go back and forth and we do the same things. You worry, we're going to sell enough tickets, or we worry we're going to have enough food. We worry, and then I have a district convention coming up next week, and then you worry about that because you're assigned some little duties that you really were surprised about. And then, as in everything, something happens. And at the council meeting, pastor always starts out with a devotion. And this devotion was, I think, I may be wrong, but I think it was, Are You a Worrywart? And my daughter Cindy actually poked me and said, listen to this. I think a lot of us fall in that category. But the one thing that really struck a chord with most of us, worry doesn't improve the future. It only ruins the present. And I'm thinking, that's so true. And yeah, it really does, because 99% of the things we really worry about doesn't happen, and most things come out wonderful in the end. So I've actually typed this in bold lettering on an index card, and it's on my mirror in the bathroom. Because I think we do worry, and it's such a waste of time. I hope this noise isn't, I hope it's not too bad, because the trash men are coming around, and like Pastor goes, that's a great thing. We're getting rid of all of our mess and cleaning up the weekend, but they can be loud. So sorry for that, because I want to be outside as much as I can. So anyway, I think we can all relate to how we focus on what can go wrong, what did go wrong. But we need to change. We need to have focus, but focus on Jesus. And I'm reading Romans 8:28. And we know that in all things God works for the good of those who love him, who have been called according to his purpose. I think back on some tough times when I really didn't understand what was going on, but I have to admit, at the end, when you look back, there was always like a reason for it. Or I know me personally, even if it didn't go the way I really wanted, I understood maybe why. And I have found myself, the more I grow in faith, I really do see the blessings more than I did. And I think that's a good thing. He may not really like it, but he has us in mind and he has a plan for us, and it usually is much better than we could have come up with, you know. So, and then I was looking at Proverbs 3:5-6. Trust in the Lord with all your heart and lean not on your own understanding. In all your ways submit to him, and he will make your path straight. And I'm thinking, isn't that true? I think that the main thing here is not, we shouldn't lean on our own understanding, because our understanding and God's understanding is two different things. And so I just think we can experience, if we're really leaning into him, we can experience such joy and understanding than if we're just trying all of this stuff on our own and worrying about it. And then I looked up John 8, verse 12. When Jesus spoke again to the people, he said, I am the light of the world. Whoever follows me will never walk in darkness, but will have the light of life. And when we do this, we can comfort others. And that's so true. I mean, it's so easy to sit around and talk like what's going wrong and what is bad and what is this. But really, there's so much good. And that's what I'm going to focus on. And I really do try to bring that out in conversations when things are getting down, because that's easy to fall into. And does it help? No. You feel bad. It takes the joy right out of your life. And what you're doing, like Pastor said, you're not in the present. You're just so worried about what's going to happen. Normally it doesn't. We will survive. And I think us that have faith are so fortunate that we know things will be better. And this is just temporary. So that's what I want to focus on for not just the following week, but the following weeks. Before that, I just want to, before I leave, I do want to tell you about, we got a lot of things coming up that one of them, well, Sunday the 18th is like this huge day with all kinds of things. And I know that because we're trying to fit in Sunday where in a little window we're going to set up for our concert, because we have, well, for one thing, you always have your Sunday school, adult Sunday school there, and of course we know we have donuts, and then we're having a LWML meeting, and then we're having a refresh class, and then we're having, let me get this right, we're having, confirmation starts, and then of course that night we have our concert at 7. And so we're going to do our little setup after the LWML. Normally we would do it on a Saturday, but you know, you've got the men's pit beef and ham and turkey and chicken sale, which is wonderful. And then we understand Steve House has his train group. They're going to be there Saturday. And all of that is wonderful, because that is what we're supposed to do. Share, reach out to the community. So it's just wonderful. We're so blessed to have this wonderful Galilee family, and how we invite people to come in and join us. So I'm not worried about it, because I know, as always, it gets done and we end up and it's going, we always talk at the end like, wow, wasn't that wonderful? Um, and anytime you get to share, excuse me, anytime you get to share the joy of our Galilee family with our community is, I find it's just a gift, and you just see their faces. And when someone says how wonderful they feel to be in our church, or how friendly we are and welcoming, that's the best compliment you could ever get. And it's all because, of him, him, and I must say, our shepherd, Pastor Matt. As Otis said at his last concert, Pastor sets the tone, and he really does. He's a gift to us. He's a blessing. So anyway, I want you to remember that, and keep Pastor Matt in your prayers, because he's got a lot going on right now. His plate it's not only full, I think it's probably overflowing into maybe another plate, but you never know it when he's around. So, but let's just keep him in our prayers. And remember, worry doesn't improve the future, it only ruins the present. And we sit back and we'll wait for the Lord to finish the biscuits. And until next time, remember, all we need to do is look up. Bye.